modernizing my look, guys. Got some new glasses. What do you think? Pretty fly? Hey, so if you want to be fly, if you want to look cool, I've got a jersey for you. Now, my brother, shout out to my brother Mike. Mike was buying me these super cool jerseys for Christmas every year that he gets from, like, I don't know, some kind of Chinese website or something. Sloth Cycling Team. We'll finish when we'll finish. You could have this on, it's on eBay right now for like $2.99. I started it at like $12.99, I think, and it just keeps getting cheaper. Nobody's interested in it. I don't know why. It's an awesome jersey. So it's a story time video, and story time with Matt. Haven't done one of these in a while. So this one is not political, guys. You know me, I'm not a political guy. I don't even like politics. I wish they didn't even exist. I especially don't like them when people kind of lose their shit. I mean, their minds over them, and they kind of like can't tell reality from fiction anymore. Anyway, so about a week ago, me and Shauna went to Evansville. If you haven't been following the Matt and Shauna lore, you know that Shauna is currently obsessed with blind boxes, and she can't get enough blind box action. And so she needed a shelf for all her collectibles because, you know, you got to display these things, right? So we were going to go try to find a shelf, and we thought, well, maybe we can find one at Evansville. And so we went to this used furniture store, and this place was nice, all right? This furniture store was clean. It was well, you know, it was very packed, lots and lots of cool stuff, had some cool fish tanks. Really neat store. I saw, right when we came in, I saw a shelf. I'm like, hey, that's almost just like what you're looking for. And I walk up to it. It's like $80, and it's like, this should be like $10 at Goodwill or something. You know, this is a used piece of furniture. Brand new, I don't think it'd be $80. Like, this would be like a $40 shelf at IKEA or something. So I was like, okay. So I start looking around, you know, and it's like everything is priced twice of what I think it should be at least, you know. Like, I saw an easel, the same easel I have for painting. There was an easel, I spent like $50, $45 or something on at Hobby Lobby. This guy had like $97 on this easel, like $97 on this easel. And I was like, whoa, dude. So anyway, Shauna, she's pretty quickly, she's gone. She's at the front door waiting on me. But I'm walking around. I'm just looking. I like to look, you know. I'm a looker, and I'm walking around looking at things. And eventually the owner walks by. And, you know, this is kind of a jerk question. I didn't mean it to be a jerk question. But I said, sir, excuse me, sir. Do you actually charge what the prices on the tags say? And I remember he looked at me and he's like, what? And I said, I don't mean anything by that except for, like, I know sometimes, you know, like stores or places will have like a scheme where the price goes down, or maybe it's negotiable. And he goes, no prices are negotiable. No prices. And I said, okay. And he goes, look at my sign. He pointed up right above my head. There was a sign that explained how it works. So they start really high, and then like there was like little tiny prices on the tags. I hadn't noticed. Every couple weeks or something, the price goes down. And it's, you know, it goes down like 4 times, and then if it doesn't sell at that, he returns it to the owner. This was a consignment store. So I was like, oh, okay. And then he kind of gets kind of weird. He wants to show me. He like points over here and he shows me, look at this. He has like a Trump shrine in like a corner of his store, like cutouts and like dolls and like posters, a whole like Trump like idol or altar to Trump, right? So I think he like sacrifices, I don't know, what would you sacrifice his common sense? Anyway, so I was looking at this and I was like, okay. And, you know, like he goes, listen, sir, none of the stuff you see in this store is foreign. Everything here is owned by Americans. This is an American store. And I'm like, well, there's an IKEA bed over there I was checking out, and that's from like Sweden or something. He's like, no, everything. I don't know where the stuff comes from, but it's all owned by Americans. This is an American consignment store. I only deal with Americans. And I was like, at this point, I was like, this guy, I don't know. I said, I could care less. That was my exact words. I could care less, sir, who you deal with or where this stuff comes from. I was just curious why it was so expensive. And he's like, yeah, you probably don't care because you probably buy everything from Amazon. Nailed me. I buy everything from Amazon. This came from Amazon. I'm sure Mike bought this jersey from Amazon. You know, like look at this He-Man here. This is action. Ah! Look at that. Look at that guy. Look at that. Get that from Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I told the guy, I was like, I just started laughing. I'm like, okay, sir, it's been good. You know, I said, well, I wanted to be nice. You know, I didn't want to be a jerk. And I was like, sir, you have a very nice store. I appreciate it. It looks really good in here. And I started kind of walking away. And he's like, yeah, I got a really nice store. And all this stuff comes from divorces, just like okay. And he goes, divorce is good for business, man. Lots of divorces here in Evansville, and everybody takes their stuff to me to sell. So, hey, anyway, I don't know what to make of that. The world's crazy. People are weird. He-Man has still got it going on with kung fu action. Look at that. You gotta hide my eyes to get him. Oh, yeah. You could do this for hours. He's supposed to have a giant battle axe in his hand, by the way. I don't have that. This is totally an acceptable toy for children in the 80s. Later.